What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the Rambling Men Sports Podcast. Hang on a sec. What is this icon? Oh, okay. Okay, I see what I did. All right, we're back. Sorry, it's been a while. I think it's been about 2 weeks. James is obviously coming home from work. I am in a classroom right now. I just got out of class. In between class and drinking, so this is the only time we had. But James, how you doing, my man?
Doing good, man. Busy as hell.
Heard that. But yeah, apologies for lack of content last few weeks. 2 weeks ago, I completely forgot. I don't know what happened. Just podcast. I think I texted you like on Friday night and said I completely forgot we were supposed to podcast.
Anyway.
Yeah. And then last week I had a big test that I was studying for, and then this week I was free, and then I completely forgot we were supposed to podcast last night, Wednesday, and I didn't text you. So here we are Thursday afternoon doing it. But first things first, we got to get the big topic out of the way, and it has to do with you, my boy, is Bryce Harper going to your Philadelphia Phillies. My mind's all over the place today.
We need a play safety for us. But, nah, dude, I was so excited when I was, like, convinced for a good month and a half that we had him no problem. And then, like, last week, the Dodgers and the Giants slipped back in, and as soon as the Dodgers came in, I was like, nah, he's going to L.A. He's just an L.A. guy.
I know. It looked like L.A. for the longest time. Like, once they came back in, I was with you. I was like, no, I can't have him in L.A. I'm going to be so mad.
So, awesome that I can be excited about Phillies baseball again, and it's not just because of him. I mean, they've done a complete overhaul of this roster over the offseason.
Yeah.
They're still running for Dallas Keuchel right now, so if they grab him, I do think that they have the potential to be a top 5 team in baseball.
But no, yeah, they've gotten McCutchen, who's going to be good off the bench, Harper in right field likely, Gene Segura, very underrated move, or very underrated trade, I should say, and what's his name?
Best pitcher in baseball, Real Muto.
Yeah, Real Muto. Yep, all-star catcher. Yeah, some very good moves for the Phillies. But acquiring Harper, do you think this puts them top of the National League, or are the Dodgers still to beat?
I think it puts them in contention to be one of the top NL teams. I still think, the Dodgers, the Braves even. I don't even think they're necessarily the team to beat in the NL East as of right now. They could be. Still at the Cubs, teams like that. The Brewers are really good last year. So we'll see. I do think that they won over 80 games last year with a really, really bad roster. So I could see them getting high 80s, maybe 90 games this year, and I think that'll be enough for a playoff berth.
Yeah, I think it's a playoff berth. I had that even before the Harper deal, and now with it, I have them winning the East as of right now.
He's going to rip, man. Because not only does he already hit well there, but that's just a hitter's park, dude. It's so easy to hit a home run.
Yeah, I've seen you tweet about that, how he's going to hit 45 dingers his first year in Citizens Bank.
He will. I think he's going to get a career high in homers this year. I really do.
Well, the one thing that was really surprising to me, though, is the money. It's not that much. It's not as much as I thought.
330 is definitely high, but he's...
Once I saw that, I'm like, oh, it's 330 over 10, 330 over 8 something, and it's 330 over 13.
I think he's like the 15th highest paid per year player in the MLB. There's quarterbacks in the NFL that are making more per year. So...
And they have a salary cap.
I don't think it was a great contract, obviously. I don't think anyone thinks it was a great contract, but I just feel like it was necessary, man. The Phillies went from being a powerhouse for 8 years to just being one of the worst teams in baseball.
I mean, dude, you mentioned that. What did you just mention? Oh, the contract. Yeah, do you really think he stays there all 13 years? There's no opt-out, but they can trade him.
There's no opt-out or trade clause, so yeah, I do.
Wait, so they can't trade him?
No.
Okay, well then, yeah, he's not going anywhere for 13 years.
Out. That is a 13-year, and until it is realized, it's there.
In 13 years, I think we're both going to be 39.
I will be 38 years old.
38. Okay, you're younger than me. So yeah, I'll be 39.
That is insane, dude. Insane.
I'll be 26. I'll be 39, about to be 40. Going by right now, because I'm about to be 27.
That just solidified what I've been saying for 5 years now. I think I was saying this all the way back at Chick-fil-A days. Trout is going to Philly.
Dude, you have been on that train, I'm telling you, since the Chick-fil-A days. And I was like, dude, the Angels aren't letting go of him.
I've been saying that since, 2014.
You have. You legit have. I can attest to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't have the budget with me. I'm trying to get my mock draft ready.
No problem. You can keep doing that. The Robert Kraft thing was next.
Yes.
I'm sure everybody knows he was caught up in that prostitution ring down in Florida. Allegedly, it was the same day as the AFC Championship game. Adam Schefter actually said that he wasn't even going to be the biggest name on the list of people that were
and nothing has come out about that.
Probably in the sports world, I'd say he's the biggest. I'm sure there's probably like a CEO or some shit for some big company that nobody actually cares about. Technically more famous, but
and no one knows any of those except maybe Elon Musk.
Exactly, and you know what, man? I don't care for multiple reasons. I'm not saying that it's not a big deal. I just don't give a shit that an 80-year-old man without a wife.
Is he 80 years old?
I think he's like 77 or something. He's really old. And
he doesn't quite look that old.
And he's a billionaire. And his wife passed away. I mean, listen, prostitution's prostitution. Give him his charge or whatever, and give him their fine or whatever, and let it go. I just don't care. It just was not a big deal. I'm not saying that it isn't a big deal in general, but to me personally,
it's not. I'll say this: it's not like it was actual intercourse, and he was paying for it.
It wasn't like he had some. Apparently, it was a part of a big sex trafficking ring.
Really? Okay. Well, I mean, that's a pretty big deal, but.
No, exactly, and apparently he wasn't involved in that shit.
Right.
Honestly, this doesn't even have anything to do with sports for me, besides the fact that he
exactly.
Screw that.
I agree with you 100%. I don't know if you were about to switch the topic or not, but I agree with you 100%. This has nothing to do with sports other than the fact he's the owner of the Patriots. But if it's true that there was no intercourse and it was just a rub and tug, then I'm with you. Who the hell cares? I'm really with you there. Who the hell cares? If it's paying for sex, I'm kind of okay. That's kind of a big deal, but again, even then, I've been on the record recently. Why is it illegal?
Are they allowed? Are they allowed to What can they to the Patriots over that?
Do what?
Because I remember, how can they punish the Patriots?
I don't. Yeah, I've seen that. I don't think they can. I mean, maybe there's some sort of morality clause. I think
they fined the Colts. They fined Jim Irsay when he got a DUI.
That's true.
So I don't know if they actually end up taking away draft picks. I think that's kind of
bullshit. That's bullshit. Yeah, that's bullshit.
But yeah, it is what it is. Not a big deal. It is a big deal, but it's not a big deal to me. That's
I don't care that much. As long as he's not, like we mentioned, trafficking these girls, and then that becomes a huge deal.
Then he's go.
And I would say he deserves to lose the team then if he's doing that, but as far as I know, he's not. What else did we have?
NFL offseason headlines.
That's right. You're taking over this show, not me, other than usual.
I got it, baby.
You got it.
First thing we wanted to touch on was the Eagles not bringing Nick Foles back.
Yes.
I was kind of surprised, but it did ultimately make sense. What I think happened is the only real suitor they had after the Joe Flacco trade was the Jaguars, and I think they were just kind of like, dude, we're just gonna wait for him to be a free agent, and then we'll get him. We're not gonna.
I don't think very many people wanted to give up stuff since he's gonna be a free agent in 1 year.
Exactly. So it ended up being a good thing. I'm mad that we ended up not getting anything for Nick Foles, but I'm happy that Nick Foles can kind of go where he wants to go and do his thing. Would have been nice to recoup a third, but it is what it is, and I'm not mad. I'm actually happy about it because I know Nick can go be a starter, and now my man Crush Monday can finally lead our team.
Hey, you know what that means? The heart and soul of the Eagles is leaving.
I'm a Wentz fan, man. People hate on.
No, I'm not. I'm not a Wentz hater. I'm not. I love me some Carson Wentz. I just love messing with you. But yeah, this was not a little surprising. I thought they'd keep him. But I think you told me yesterday that they got something up their sleeve. I don't know what it is, but for this offseason, they got something up their sleeve. And this is clearly it because not a ton of money. It's not like it's quarterback money, but he's making a good chunk of change, and that's going to clear up some cap space. So they're going after somebody.
Yep, I agree.
What are the odds? We'll get to him in a minute, but what are the odds it's Landon Collins?
I don't think it'll be Landon Collins because obviously Jenkins isn't going anywhere, and we just extended McLeod.
Yeah.
I have a hunch that it's DJ Mosley because I think
I could see Barr or Mosley. Yeah. I lost you. There he is.
So.
Damn it. Keep losing connection. There we go.
We're back. Sorry.
Yeah, lost. I think you lost signal. I'm in the Wi-Fi, so I don't know. It's got to be you.
I was going into how I think it's C.J. Mosley. I know a lot of people were saying Le'Veon. It's not Le'Veon. They're not going to get Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It could be. I don't think it will be, but it could be.
My reasoning for it not being Le'Veon, I'm going to be happy if they get Le'Veon, and I would obviously understand it. I just know Howie Roseman is not. He goes for offensive and defensive linemen. He's not I'm going to go spend all my money.
It could. In that case, it could be Trey Flowers, but he's going to want a lot of money, and the Eagles aren't going to pay that much. They're going to pay for some backup veterans. Pass rushers. I don't think it'll be a guy like Trey Flowers who's going to be a starter pretty much for any team that gets him.
Yeah, exactly.
Who else was? I know. Before I forget, I just got word from Ian Rappaport that Case Keenum is being dealt to the Washington Redskins.
No way.
Yeah. From Ian Rappaport, 21 minutes ago. The Redskins and Broncos are working a trade for quarterback Case Keenum to land in Washington. Issues to work out, but both sides are motivated to make this happen.
That's one team the Eagles don't have to worry about this year.
And I already quote tweeted, they know Dwayne Haskins, Drew Lock, and Kyler Murray aren't going to be there at pick number 15.
Nope. None of them are. Back.
Yeah, and that I was curious to see what they would do at that pick. Obviously, the combine just wrapped up. But I don't see any of those quarterbacks being there at 15. They're going to have to trade up to get them.
No, and I see their line of thinking being we are going to be like a bottom 3 team next year with Case Keenum at quarterback, and then we can pick a quarterback without trading the farm this year to trade up for a mediocre one.
And they'll probably even take one in the 2nd or 3rd round, because you never know.
Daniel Jones will be there.
I don't like Daniel Jones.
I don't either, but
He'll be there, and I don't think he's a first-round pick. I think he's a second-round pick.
I would take Will Greer for him a billion times.
Oh, yeah. If I had to rank them, and we'll get into this a little bit later, but if I had to rank them, I would put Greer before Jones any day of the week. And it's still quite a drop-off, I think, from the top 3.
Agreed.
And then, so I think we have franchise tag after that. I'm not looking at the budget.
So we have some franchise tag for some linemen. DeMarcus Lawrence is refusing to sign it. He wants...
Oh, I did see that.
He wants a long-term deal, and I don't blame him. He's been a top 3 pass rusher, especially for
that is one thing. I don't mean to interrupt you, but that is one thing. I was really, I don't know about shocked, but really surprised that they tagged him again because it made sense last year because he kind of had some injury-plagued seasons, and he kind of really just put one really good year together, and they're like, okay, well, let's see what he can do under the tag. And then they tag him again. And it just doesn't make a ton of sense. One, that's a ton of money for a pass rusher, which I think you should pay him, but not so much that kind of money. It's just you don't see that with – I know that the Steelers did that with Le'Veon, and I know they did it with or the Redskins did it with Kirk Cousins, but you don't really see that outside of the quarterback position. And there's a reason for that because people want their money, hence Le'Veon Bell sat out all of this season. I don't see DeMarcus Lawrence going to Dallas anytime soon.
I mean, if Dallas loses...
The only way he'll sign this is if they have a deal in the works.
Yeah, I agree. You can't let him go. You can't let him go. They also have to pay Dak, Zeke, Amari Cooper, and Byron Jones here very soon as well.
Yeah, I think Byron Jones, unless they used a fifth-year option on him, is this year.
Yeah.
About to be free agent. And then Dak, they have to lock up Dak this offseason. Because he'll be a free agent next year.
Byron Jones was all pro, so his agent.
Was he really? I didn't see that.
All pro corner this year. Yep. Beast.
But yeah, he's really good. They have their hands full. That is a guy. I have to look him up. I want to look him up for a sec. Hang on. Byron Jones. Let me see what his contract status is.
I think this is his 4th year.
Yeah, no, it's his 4th year. If they didn't use a 5th-year option, he's going to be a free agent.
No,
they did. He's a free agent next year. Okay. Yeah, so that's next year. I was about to say I haven't heard his name being mentioned for the top safeties or whatever. But yeah. Oh yeah, and Lawrence. I mean, this is what happens when you draft really good for a few years, but part of it. Lawrence and then Dak, Zeke. Dak, they got to lock up in the summer. They won't do it right now, but in the summer.
Yep, agreed. And my biggest surprise out of all of the tagging and all of that shit is Landon Collins being let go by the Giants. What happened, dude? Are they the Jaguars or the Browns or the Cardinals all of a sudden? I don't get it. Well, what the fuck are they doing, dude? What have they been doing for the last 4 years? They hired Ben McAdoo, then they hired Pat Shurmur. They're keeping Eli. They drafted a running back 2 overall. I don't give a shit.
I don't mind if they keep Eli. It's the fact that they're not addressing the future at quarterback.
Dude, and then they let their best player on that side of the ball go.
Yeah.
25, 3 Pro Bowls, 2 All-Pros. What are you doing?
And I don't get it. It's not like they're clearing up cap space to re-sign somebody. They just signed their most important player offensively. You could argue Odell Beckham Jr. Saquon doesn't have to get paid for another 2 years.
3 years.
Yeah, 3 years. Yeah, really, if you really want to look at it. They don't have anyone on the offensive line worth it. They just signed Nate Solder to a big deal. I'm with you. I don't see where they're going. And I remember seeing Nate Burleson talk about this on Good Morning Football, I believe is the show. He was like, I don't see the direction with this team. What direction are they going in? And I know I'm going to piss off my friend William, who's a big Giants fan. But it's the truth. I don't know what direction they're going in.
He has to agree, though.
Yeah, he agrees to some extent. He's not
like if you know football, you can't sit there and say the Giants are making good moves.
They're not.
That's not even an opinion. That's a fact to me.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know what to
say.
And
I know they're a little cap strapped right now, but you can work around that.
Dude,
you can easily work around that. Restructure some deals if you need to.
Cap problems are fixed. Get rid of Eli and draft a rookie, and you don't have cap.
Evan Ingram doesn't need to be paid for another year, probably maybe another 2, depending on how valuable you think he is. The guy they need to get rid of is Olivier Vernon.
Yes, he's like the 5th highest paid defensive end in the league, and
he's recorded over double-digit sacks, or over 10 sacks, I should say, one time, and it was like his second year in the league. And he's making $17 million.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting paid, exactly.
And no one's going to take that deal. I know they were trying to shop him around, but no one's going to take that deal.
I know, dude. I don't know, man. I don't know what they're doing. I really don't. But anyway.
Yeah, I'm still working on my draft.
It's all right.
My mock draft.
Moving on to NBA for a second.
Yes. I know you have takes on this.
That's actually my final thoughts, but the Lakers struggling, LeBron struggling. All LeBron's fault. I don't care what anyone says. I've already made the point that he could have easily went to a better roster. If, your goal was to win championships, you could have went anywhere you wanted. You could have went to Philly, could have went to Houston, could have went to Boston, could have went to any of these teams and had a way better roster. So you picked the worst team you could have picked. Then you went in there and blatantly was like, yeah, I'm going to trade my entire team for one player who wasn't going to help you beat the Warriors. And now none of them want to play with you. You're dogging on defense. You are the Lakers, dude. The young guys are going to do what you do. If you're playing hard defense, they're going to play hard defense. Like, I'm just done with it. And I get all the credit when we win, and I don't get any blame when we lose. I'm just done with it, dude. Like, they're barely above 500 when he plays. So don't give me the 17 games he was out. Yeah, that's why they're going to miss the playoffs, but it isn't why they're a bad team. They're not a good team. They're coached bad. LeBron isn't playing defense. He's, picking and choosing his spots, and I don't know, man. I'm just the whole damn thing. I'm so glad LeBron got what he deserved here. But you know what? When you go in there and you just waltz into a place and think you're the boss just because you're a good player, I'm done with that, dude. I'm done with the I get to walk into any team I want. I get to fire the coach, then pick the coach that I want. Then I get to get the players that I want around me, even though I'm a terrible GM and no team that I've ever fucking built helped me win a championship. Like, I'm done with them, dude. Play fucking basketball the way you can. You're like the best player in the world, and that team would be significantly better right now. Stop going to your fucking pizza chain. Stop doing 6 TV shows. Stop hanging out in the studio with rappers and then saying, this team needs to focus. No, you need to fucking focus, dude. You moved to LA and you became a bum. You became a lazy bum that is focused on shit outside of basketball. I'm just done with LeBron. I used to be a LeBron fan. Then over like the last 2 years, I started to not like him. And now this year, I officially do not like that man. He is a fucking pussy.
I haven't been a fan of LeBron since the Miami Heat days, but I'm right there with you. And I love seeing this happen. Not so much that I love seeing people go through hard times, but I just love seeing it happen because it's finally come full circle.
He deserved it.
He's deserved it with the way
that trade shit where, like, think about it right now. I'm 25, and that would have pissed me off. These kids are like 20 years old, and he was about to just shove the whole damn team out the door for Anthony Davis. And then after that fell through, they're all supposed to play hard with him. Fuck no, dude. I'd be like, dude, I'm not playing with you. Like, I'm gonna go out there on the court and play with you, but I don't like. We're not a good team. So it's like, it's not like we're on a playoff push. Like, fuck you, dude. I'm going to go out there and do my thing. And that's what the team's doing right now. Everyone's doing their own thing. And I don't blame anybody outside of LeBron because it's LeBron's fault.
And I'm not even sure Luke Walton deserves the blame. I don't know how much of a coach he is.
I don't think he's a great coach, but it's like, no, they're going to fire him and make it his fault, even though it isn't.
Yep.
But it's, they are the Lakers. They could probably get a better coach than that. So
yeah, they probably could. I've already seen my friend Chaz, who was just on the podcast, talk about how he wants Mark Jackson, and Mark Jackson's fine, but
it wouldn't be bad.
But yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm a Celtics fan, so I love seeing the Lakers in turmoil. But yeah, just he has zero.
But hold on, before you do that, the Celtics are also in turmoil, my friend.
Oh, I know. But hey, they just drubbed the Warriors and beat the Kings. Celtics are back. Celtics are back. But anyway, yeah, LeBron has just lacked focus, I think, this season. Like he has not bought into the Lakers and this youth movement. He's never, and I was honestly surprised he went there, just because I know it's LA, but this has been a team that has been pretty focused on not building through the draft, but getting quality players in the draft and hanging on to them, like what the Celtics have done. And they just kind of whiffed on free agents, except LeBron. And that was kind of their plan. And if I'm looking at the Lakers, like there was this idea that I think I saw a tweet that was like, oh, the Lakers are going to get who's the Klay Thompson, Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis, and Kawhi Leonard this offseason. And I was like,
nobody wants to
stop.
play LeBron.
Yeah, I'm not sure anyone's going to go there now.
I'm going to tell you right now, Kyrie might. I don't think he will.
He's gone. I want him gone.
Klay might. Kawhi is not fucking going to play with LeBron James.
I want Kawhi. I want Kyrie Irving gone from Boston. I want him gone.
He's gone. He's an asshole. He's gone.
Yeah, he has been so horrible this season. Not so much on the court. I don't know what he's doing on the court. I'm not really paying attention. But he just has been a total distraction, and I want him gone.
What kills me about Kyrie is he really said it out loud. Like, he wants to go be the man somewhere. Like, I want to be the guy. That's why I don't want to play with LeBron and be in his shadow. And then it's like he gets all these cameras in his face because he's the guy on the team, and he's like, "You can sign up for this." Like, I just want to play basketball. And it's like, dude, you were playing second fiddle and you fucking hated it, even though you were winning. And now it's like, now you're the man just like you wanted, and like you don't want all the shit that comes with being the man. Like, then you don't want to be the man.
Yep.
Like, be like Kevin Durant, go play basketball. Like, Kevin Durant doesn't worry about being the man. Well, I mean, I think he does low-key, but, he's not worried about being LeBron.
No, he's willing to put aside his ego, though. I think that's pretty clear.
Exactly.
And this is what I can't stand about the NBA. It's just become this giant AAU circus.
Exactly.
And I can't stand it. I really can't.
Dude, these are my final thoughts. The league's ruined. Nobody wants to compete in the league anymore. None of them want to compete, dude. They all – and in a way, you could blame that on the fans and the media by, like, making championships everything. But it's like, dude, you were literally sacrificing your pride to go get some rings. Like, fucking compete, dude. Why does nobody want to compete? I'm going to get into it. That's my final thoughts.
Yeah, I'll let you get into that. I don't have anything else on this topic. I'm still working on my mock draft, but I'm good enough to start, I think.
All right. So what we can do is we can just go down. I'll do my pick, then you do your pick, and we'll just do that down through 32.
Right.
So number one, I'm sure we have the same. I think it's pretty much a consensus that they're going to pick Kyler Murray at this point.
Yeah, I'm with you. Said it, I think, before the combine, and I scoffed you. I scoffed at you. I didn't think it was going to be serious. And then after the combine, it sounds like it's happening. They're going with Kyler Murray, and they're going to try to trade Josh Rosen. I'm not sure they'll be able to, but
I think they will. I
think someone will be willing to take a chance on him.
Trade for him.
They tried, yeah. They tried. I don't know if they will, but they tried.
I think he'd be a great Patriot. I think he'd be a great Charger.
Yeah, someone's going to take a chance on him. I don't know what they'll give up. I don't see them giving up more than like a third.
That's fine.
That's fine.
More than worth it. I think Josh Rosen has way more than a third-round grade on him.
Yeah, I think so too. Just I don't think he hasn't done anything, and it's not really his fault either.
Absolutely. So number two, probably the same as well. Nick Bosa, he's the best player in the draft. The Niners could use a defensive end to throw next to their two good tackles. Nick Bosa for you too, I'm sure.
Yeah, Nick Bosa. I think we're going to have the exact same for the top six. I had Kyler Murray and Nick Bosa. I think we're going to have the exact same for the first six picks.
I bet you we have a different three.
Okay, who's your three?
Quinnen Williams for the Jets.
I have the exact same thing.
To throw next to Leonard Williams.
There's two elite players in this draft. It's Bosa and Williams.
Yep.
If you're the Jets, I know they need an edge rusher, and Josh Allen's a very good player. I think he'll be a very good player in the NFL. But Quinnen Williams is going to be a better defensive tackle, I think, than Josh Allen's going to be an edge rusher.
And I think they're going to try to go for that Ndamukong Suh, Aaron Donald sort of combo.
Yeah, and I don't know if I think Leonard Williams' contract is about up too, unless again they got him on a 5th-year deal. But I think those two in the middle, they're switching to a 4-3 defense. Those two in the middle would be very good.
Yes, agreed. Number 4, I got the Khalil Mack replacement in Josh Allen. I'm sure you do. I figured you would have gave Josh Allen to the Jets.
Actually, I'm not sure we'll have the same at 5, but yeah, I have Josh Allen to Oakland.
Maybe. So at 5 to the Bucs, I have Rashawn Gary.
Okay, we do. I have the exact same thing, Rashawn Gary.
So we do have the same top
Yeah,
six.
yeah. He's a versatile defensive lineman. He can play off the edge in some packages, in the middle, just perfect for what the Bucs need.
Exactly. And I think they're going to lose Gerald McCoy. Or no, they ended up keeping Gerald McCoy, didn't they?
I think he's still there. They're losing someone though.
I think they ended up keeping him, but so number 6, we probably have the same number 6 with Dwayne Haskins, right?
Yeah, Dwayne Haskins.
So we did have the same top 6. That's actually impressive.
I'm curious to see how much further this was going to go.
No,
Dwayne Haskins. But like I said, Dwayne Haskins. They got it. They have got to get a replacement for Eli Manning. They passed on Sam Darnold. I know Sam Darnold wasn't that good this year, but I think he's gonna be really good. And Haskins is the next guy. I think he's better than Kyler Murray. I'd have him number 1 quarterback. I understand the appeal to Murray. If Murray were 3 inches taller, he'd be the top quarterback on the board with everyone. But I like Haskins a little bit more just because of his arm and his size. But Dwayne Haskins, no-brainer. If he's there, it's a no-brainer. And there's no Saquon Barkley to take there either for them.
Exactly. All right, so who's your 7 for the Jaguars?
DK Metcalf, wide receiver, Ole Miss.
Same.
Exact same. Yeah, this dude was a freak at the combine.
My buddy Nick needs a deep threat.
Yeah, he can do everything, man. I mean, he's 6'3", 230, ran a 4.3 at the combine. I mean, this dude shot up the draft board.
Did you see his spider chart though?
I did not.
He has a worse change of direction than Tom Brady.
Yeah, no, I did see that. Yeah.
So
that's eye-opening.
I think he can be a good receiver, but I think he's going to be Des Bryant in the NFL. I think he's going to be like, listen, I do like 3 things, but I do them at an elite level.
Yeah.
Which is fun. Which is fun. If you could do 1 or 2 things at an elite level, you're a good NFL quarterback. I ultimately don't think he's going to be the best receiver out of this draft, but you have to go with the 6'3" guy that runs a 4'3". You just have to.
I agree.
All right. So I bet you we have the same 8 too.
I'm willing to bet we do.
Montez Sweat to the line.
Montez Sweat. This is a no-brainer. I don't see Montez Sweat. He was also another freak at the Combine. I don't see him getting past the Lions. They need an edge rusher. Ziggy Ansah's likely on his way out. They need an edge rusher. Montez Sweat's right there. They got to take him.
All right. Now, here's where we're going to start to differ. I'd be surprised if we have a same pick for the rest of the
Yeah, this one was tricky. This is when I can't figure out where to go.
They got to get my buddy Josh Allen, who I'm a huge fan of. They got to get him a tackle. I gave him
Okay.
I gave him Jonah Williams.
So close. No, Andre Dillard, Washington State.
Yeah. Okay.
He's pretty good. Recent talk with Jonah Williams is he's going to slide inside the guard. They don't like his arm length.
Well, no, basically, I was just putting what I thought was the
right.
best tackle there.
No, and I think he can be a left or a tackle in the NFL. Just arm length is holding him back right now, and guys are liking other guys right now. But I think he'll be fine. Number 10, I think we'll have the same. Drew Lock. Damn, did we seriously got the same top 10? That's insane, dude. Just about the same position at the least every position was the same. Number 11 might be a little different. I don't think it will be though. I have Devin White.
Now I gave him I gave him T.J. Hawkinson.
Okay, I can see that. That's number 2 for me. Devin White and then T.J. Hawkinson for Cincinnati.
Packers. Got you a good one.
You want me to say it?
Yeah, who you got?
Brian Burns. No? You don't have Brian Burns?
I have Ed Oliver. He was better.
Oh, shoot. I completely forgot about Ed Oliver. I don't have him on my draft board.
So, give him to the Packers at 12.
No, I'm giving him – we don't need him. We have plenty of defensive –
He can play D-end or D-tackle because he's a little smaller. He's not like a run-stuffing.
He's not an edge rusher. We play 3-4.
No, that's perfect then. He can play DN while your outside linebackers run.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking edge rusher with defensive end. But yeah, you're right. He could.
That's where I would see him. I don't see him as a nose tackle, and I don't necessarily see him as a 4-3 D tackle, but in a 3-4 D tackle, playing next to a nose tackle and an outside linebacker. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Now that you mention it, I could see that. But no, I went with Brian Burns.
Okay.
Who I didn't like just because of his size. I think he was like 6'5", 230. Just really undersized. And then he came in the combine and weighed about 250. I'm like, okay, I'm all in now. And ran like a 4.45, 4.49 or something. I'm all in.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Number 13, Miami Dolphins. No quarterback to take. Yeah, this was where I think we could see Josh Jacobs going for Alabama. But I gave them a defender, Cleveland Ferrell from Clemson.
I gave him Cleveland Ferrell too. I thought he was just BPA, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so did I. I mean, that one's kind of tricky.
It is.
Atlanta.
Falcons was difficult too.
Not really. The board worked in their favor. But at first this is where I had Jonah Williams going because I think he's going to slide inside the guard. And they need some interior help. But since I forgot about Ed Oliver, I have him going to Atlanta right here.
Okay. I have them taking Greedy Williams, best corner on the board.
Okay. I have him going a little bit further down. But, yeah, I could see Greedy Williams going right there. They need to revamp their corners. Desmond Trufant's not as good as he used to be.
And he's fine for now, but they can sort of transition Greedy Williams into the number 1 corner after a couple of years. So.
Exactly. Washington Redskins, no quarterback to take, and they just got Case Keenum. So I think they'll hold off at least to the second day of the draft. But I have them taking A.J. Brown, wide receiver, Ole Miss.
I have them taking Daniel Jones from Duke.
I don't know. I don't see that. I don't see him being a first-round pick. I don't. But I won't criticize you. They need one.
we'll see. The Redskins aren't the
Do what?
I said the Redskins aren't the smartest team.
No, they are not. You're absolutely right there. I've actually heard they really like Will Grier. I don't know if that means I'll take him at 15.
No. Please no.
Number 16, Carolina Panthers. Another team. They have got to protect Cam Newton. So I have them taking an offensive tackle, Jawan Taylor out of Florida.
Not gonna lie, probably should have went tackle here, but I felt that they weren't gonna pass up on Brian Burns, so I gave him Brian Burns.
They're gonna go. They should go tackle or edge rusher right there.
Yeah. Yep.
Number 17, Cleveland Browns. I have them. This is where I have Grady Williams going. Since Cleveland signed, I think, who's the dude from Auburn? Is it Greg Robinson?
Yeah.
Yeah. Since they signed him, I don't think they'll use a first-round pick on a tackle. A tackle. So I think they'll try to revamp that secondary. They need another corner opposite Denzel Ward. Denzel Ward's a smaller guy. Grady Williams is 6'3", I think. Taller guy. I think they'll go with Grady Williams. Kind of a yin and yang at corner. Got a small, fast guy, big, and also fast guy.
Absolutely. So I did have them going tackle originally, but then I definitely heard what you just said, and I kind of want to go Devin White here, but I'm just going to give them Jawan Taylor at tackle to help protect Baker because Greg Robinson isn't very good.
He's been better. He's a whole lot better than what he used to be. But,
absolutely.
Yeah. 18, Minnesota. They got to fix the offensive line. There's not really. No, I'm sorry. Yes, there is. I'm going to switch this up a little bit. Minnesota takes Jonah Williams. They need help all over the offensive line. So take him and see where he fits. If he's a tackle, great. You can protect him on the edge. If not, slide him inside and you protect him inside. Or you protect Kirk Cousins inside. So not a big deal. I think you go Jonah Williams, though. He's more versatile.
I picked Cody Ford because, like you said,
I did. That was literally. I'm not even sure I said it, but Cody Ford was who I had.
Okay. So 19, the Titans can go in so many directions, but I just gave them. They need a wide receiver. I gave them Hollywood Brown because I think he's the best player available at this point. That's who I want Philly to get. So I wish he would last 6 more picks, but yeah.
Hold that thought. Tennessee, this is where I have TJ Hawkinson falling. They could take a receiver, like I could see N'Keal Harry maybe falling here, or Marquise Brown. But I just don't think Brown is a top 20 pick. He didn't run at the combine, so we don't know how fast he is for now. And he's incredibly undersized. So I think he'll fall a little bit, but we know he's fast and speed kills. So he will get picked in the first round, I think. But TJ Hawkinson, because what's his name? The tight end, Delaney Walker's not getting any younger. You got to get some more options for Marcus Mariota.
Yep, agreed. All right.
And then Pittsburgh.
So Steelers.
Yep.
This is when they try to replace my man's pots and pans Ryan Shazier.
Okay.
Devin White.
Devin White. Okay, I have Devin Bush.
Okay.
But we both have the same position.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, they got to beef up the middle of their defense. Seattle, since they signed or tagged Frank Clark, I think they hold off on taking an edge rusher. I still think they need another one, but that postpones the need for a later pick probably, or in free agency. But got to beef up the offensive line. I think Cody Ford is a nice fit for them inside because they love to pound the rock with running the ball, and Cody Ford is like 6'5", 330 pounds. They'll be able to move the ball with him or run the ball with him.
Absolutely.
You go.
All right.
You go.
So
I still got to find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think 6 more picks.
Defense played for the Seahawks played fine this year, so I have them getting N'Keal Harry, just a playmaker on offense for Russ, put next to Doug Baldwin and Tyler Lockett. So.
What was that?
N'Keal Harry.
For Seattle, I could see that. They need someone other than Doug Baldwin catching passes.
Exactly.
Or I could see a tight end going here.
Yeah, same. If one of those good tight ends are there, like they could take Noah Fant or something like that.
Yeah. Baltimore, I have running back Josh Jacobs. They just got rid of Alex Collins. And I don't know. I couldn't name you another running back for the Ravens. So get the best one in the class.
Damn, I had them taking him at first. What the hell did I do with him? Damn, I guess I took Josh Jacobs out of the first round. I didn't do that on purpose. I had the Ravens taking Christian Wilkins just because best defensive player available probably, and that's just
I don't think I... No, okay, that helps me. Good.
So, Christian Wilkins there. I don't disagree with Josh Jacobs, though. I could easily see them doing that. For the Texans, another team that has to help their offensive line, I have Andre Dillard sliding all the way to there. I think they'd be ecstatic if they could get him at 23. Who do you have for the Texans?
Well, since pretty much all of the first-round offensive linemen are gone for me, I have them beefing up the secondary and taking Byron Murphy, corner out of Washington.
Okay. I could see that maybe. I could see that. So, the Raiders again. Who you got?
Corner DeAndre Baker.
Dang.
Yeah. They got edge rusher corners. First 2 picks for them should be.
Yep.
You're going to like my Philly pick. I have them taking Hollywood Brown.
Woo!
I
would love that.
I almost went with N'Keal Harry because I think he's better, but they already have a big receiver in Alshon Jeffrey. What's his name? Nelson Aguilar, I think, is about to be a free agent.
Yep.
Yeah. So get another slot receiver, and Marquise Brown's going to be able to do it and take the top off the defense.
Yep. Absolutely. I like that pick. I have them taking Dexter Lawrence. We need a tackle to replace Timmy Jernigan. This pick is going to be offensive or defensive line. I'm telling everyone right now. It's just what Philly does with their first picks. I have them going Dexter Lawrence, and I'd be very happy with that.
Interesting. Dexter Lawrence. Okay, I could see that. Where are we at now? Colts. Christian Wilkins. This is where you help me out. Christian Wilkins, defensive lineman.
I can definitely see. I have them. Sorry, go ahead.
Beef up the defense. Got to beef up the defensive line.
Absolutely. This is where I had Byron Murphy going. They could use everything on defense, to be honest with you, and offense. The Colts can't go wrong here. They need to go BPA. I literally don't care what position it is. Pick the best player.
Yep. I couldn't agree more.
Then do the Raiders really have 3 first-round picks this year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they only had 2 and then 1 next year. But
they do have one next year.
I have them finally taking Noah Fant.
Okay.
They need a playmaker outside of that they have now. So, yeah.
Hang on. I'm putting my final touches on it, on mine. Right. But what were we on? Oakland, second or the third pick for Oakland?
Yep.
N'Keal Harry.
Okay. I like that.
They don't, Jordy Nelson, I think they were hoping he'd be really good. Just last little bit in the tank, and he's not. And then who's the other guy they just got? The guy from the Steelers, Martavis Bryant. They were hoping he'd be really good, and he hasn't been really, or he's suspended again. So they could go defense with all 3 of these picks in the first round. I don't think they will. Get some balance and take a wide receiver.
They will. They'll take an offensive player.
Yeah. All right. I just finished up. All right. So next up is Los Angeles Chargers, who I have taking. This is a tough one, but I went with Dexter Lawrence. Beef up the middle.
They need some run help. I went Will Grier.
I could see this is where I think Will Grier could end up. He's not
going to get out of the first round. Teams want that quarterback on the 5th-year option.
I don't think 5. You have 5 quarterbacks in the first round. I don't see that happening. 4 at the most.
What did you say last year?
I think I said 4.
We had the same argument last year. I said that all the quarterbacks were going to go first round.
I think I said 4 last year, and you were right. It ended up being 5. Barely, just barely.
It's
but
the position. It's not like they're good enough to be first.
Right. And you're 100% right. But right now I'm saying 4. It's not as good of a.
Lamar Jackson went first round last year. Will Greer's going first round.
It's just not that good of a quarterback class this year. It's deep with maybe some quality guys, and who could be good, but it's not deep with guys who are ready right now, and I think that's going to turn a lot of guys off.
Yeah, I'd love for Will Greer to go sit behind Phillip Rivers for a year or two, though.
Go out in L.A. where it's nice and warm. I wouldn't mind that at all for him. Kansas City, they got it. They need so much help defensively.
This is either Devin Bush or Deontay Thompson. I went Deontay Thompson just because they can't stop a nosebleed in the pass game, so best safety available. But I could easily see them going BPA on defense, any position.
I think you said Deontay Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have him there, but same position, Taylor Rapp.
Okay.
Washington.
Where's he from?
Washington safety.
Okay.
And then my Green Bay Packers with their second first-round pick, and I have them getting a new toy for Aaron Rodgers, tight end Irv Smith Jr. out of Alabama.
I have them taking Devin. Who's the other Devin?
Devin Bush.
Devin Bush.
I could, if he falls this far, I won't be shocked at all. But I'm going offense again, kind of like with the argument with the Raiders. Get some balance. And Matt LaFleur, new head coach, loves blocking tight ends that can also catch passes. Jimmy Graham can't do that. So Irv Smith can do both. He's a good blocker and a good pass catcher, so I think he's a good fit for LaFleur's offense.
Okay.
And then you take the last two. Oh, no, I lost him again.
Or not but the next year. I don't think that they have a bunch of huge holes, and since it's at the end, I think, left tackle's a premium position, and they can have them sit behind Whitworth for a year. I think that'd be a good pick for them, so I haven't taken Yadi Kajus.
Okay. They need more help on the offensive line. I kind of said it in the preseason. They needed more help on the offensive line that I think people think. The interior is not great.
Also,
and Whitworth is getting older.
Yadney isn't so massive that he can't play guard for a couple of years either while he's waiting.
Yeah, I think Yadney, I don't know how. I know it's a really deep offensive tackle class. I don't know how he's not a first-round pick right now.
Yeah.
I think they're falling in love with other guys, but we've watched him play. I've watched him develop. Just
he's
stupid athletic for 6'5", 315. Stupid athletic. I have them addressing the defensive side of the ball, the Rams, taking an edge rusher. This was their, I think, biggest problem on defense last year was not having a consistent pass rush on the edge. And they tried it with Dante Fowler Jr., and I don't care what you say, he's not any good. So I have them trying to find a replacement for him in Jalen Ferguson from Louisiana Tech.
Okay, I could see that. He's probably the best pass rusher left. So what about the Pats? Who you got?
Kind of interesting. I really don't think they're going to take a quarterback. But I'm
going to tell you right now, if Will Greer is there and they don't get Josh Rosen, they're going to take Will Greer.
Maybe. I think that is one of the teams that's interested in him. Who did I just have? But I do have them preparing for the future at another position. I think you know where I'm going with this already. Tight end. Gronk, still not clear if he's playing this year. But I have them taking Noah Fant, whichever.
No, that'd be a really good pick. I haven't taken Draymond Jones. I just, you could always use some defensive tackle, defensive line help.
I could see that too.
Better one available, and I could definitely see him making a reach there. So, damn, honestly, Shane, that was pretty similar, to be honest.
Yeah, we were. I mean, I would say easily 24 of those picks. Maybe, if not the same player, was the same position.
Same position, exactly. So that's good. So, we're on the same page for most of that. That's good. What are your final thoughts, buddy, before we get off the phone here?
Gosh, I don't know. I wasn't prepared for a final thought today. And now you put me on the spot.
Honestly, man, I went kind of in earlier. I'm going to leave it very short. The NBA needs to install a salary cap. I'm tired of it.
They do have a salary cap. It's a soft salary cap. Calling it a salary cap is a joke.
That any team can just pay. That means there's not a salary cap, in my opinion.
Exactly. I agree completely. They call it a cap. It's like baseball. It's not a cap. And baseball at least addresses that it's not a cap.
Exactly.
But it acts as a cap.
It just makes me mad, dude. We shouldn't be able to have these four. And dude, the Sixers are one of the teams right now, so it's not even like I can talk that much shit. But it's like, dude, I'm tired of all these players teaming up. Stop teaming up. Play against each other, dude. Give me a good NFL or NBA season.
Yes. I feel like that. To be fair, I think the NBA has always been that way. Maybe not when we were kids, but I feel like even as kids, like we probably cheered for one team because we wanted to see so and so, like one guy win a championship. But I feel like for the most part, it comes down to like 4 or 5 teams every single year.
Dude, that's fine.
And then it's even worse now because it's really just 3.
Exactly. But then there's also 10 teams like actively tanking, like literally losing games on purpose. It's just, dude, I'm just done with it. The NBA, like people who are like huge NBA fans think it's just like the best thing in the world. Like the NBA, that league sucks. The league sucks. Basketball doesn't suck. Basketball is awesome. That league sucks. The players run the league. The players do whatever they fucking want. LeBron just literally admitted that he tampered and just paid the $50,000 fine. Just doesn't care. Like. Dude, I'm done with that. I don't like that. That's why I like and I'm all for players getting paid and all that shit, but like, dude, I'm just tired of like you said, it turned into a big AAU league.
It's a giant AAU league.
It's a giant AAU league. Everybody is me. How can you help me? How can I win a championship? And it's fucking terrible, dude. It's just a terrible league.
Ring chasing is fine, but just everyone's doing it. And
it's ridiculous.
I used to love basketball. And
dude, I used to love the NBA.
Yeah.
Like, the last time I really, really, really liked the NBA was when the Warriors dynasty just started.
Yeah, I liked the NBA at that point. Even though I knew it was, basically a 3-team league, I still liked it. But just between all this AAU nonsense and the NBA and all these horrible defensive rules on college basketball, I can't enjoy basketball anymore. It's just not fun. That's why I've become more of a baseball fan. I've always loved football, but I've become more of a baseball fan. I've become more of a hockey fan during the winter. I'm into it now. There is no sport. We're kind of both having the same final thoughts. There's no sport with more parity than hockey, and that's why I love it so much.
No, but I think you could say that about baseball, football, and hockey, though. Like, you do not legitimately know who's going to win the championship in 3 out of the 4 sports leagues. And I could tell you who's going to win the championship with like a 90% accuracy rate in the NBA every year.
Yeah, and honestly, even though there's a ton of parity in the NFL, you could probably still get it right just because of how good the Patriots are.
Now listen, regular season there's parity, but it does definitely get to a point where, like, it is going to be, you can sort of guess who's going to be there at the end of the year. But the best team never wins in football. It just never happens.
And I wrote a paper on this in one of my classes for the NFL. The thing that makes the NFL so great with its parity is you can field, in all seriousness, if you hit with the right player at the right positions, you can develop a quality team in 3 years.
Dude, you can turn a team around in a year.
Yes.
You can't do that in any other sport. The Eagles went from 7-9 to 13-3 and won a Super Bowl in one year.
Yeah. I just meant, like, if you're starting from nothing, you can make that team really good in 3. Look at the Browns. One offseason, they're really good now. Not really good, but they're good now.
Yeah, and coaching actually matters in the NFL, which is why I think the NFL. There and you're gonna win every game. I love that. But yeah, man, that's my final thought. Fuck the NBA.
Yeah, we pretty much. I joined in with you first. Our kind of first joint final thoughts.
All right, buddy. It was good to talk to you.
Yeah, always a pleasure. By the way, before I posted the video today, but go check out our in-depth Game of Thrones final trailer analysis. James, I meant to get you involved in that. I forgot, but
Dude,
it was late at night.
I'll go watch it.
But maybe next week. My other friend wants to come on to break down the Game of Thrones trailer, and maybe I'll have you on for that too, if you're up for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, cool. Always a pleasure talking to you, my man. I gotta go drink.
Get nice and drunk, buddy. See you later.
I gotta work tomorrow. All right, see you later.